This is an illustration of how to create Kindle books. As you can see on my screen, what is there is Angus, which is the book that we're going to be using, and the cover on my hard drive. I've put the book and the cover on the desktop so I don't have to go searching for it when I get to it. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Safari. We're going to open a new window, and we're going to go straight to KDP because I keep it in the upper corner. This gives us create new title. So I'm going to create a new title. Introducing KDP Select. Take advantage of KDP Select, reach more readers, earn more money, maximize your sale. Since I'm doing this as the fourth book in a series, but I'm still doing it as a separate book, I always will put the book into KDP Select for the first 3 months. It allows me a little bit of flexibility with changing prices, and it also allows me to get a little bit more feedback from other people. If you were doing this after 3 months, I'd say don't bother to renew, but as you're just releasing the book, do it. So getting started. Enter the book's details. The new book is going to be called Angus, so we're going to type that in. I don't use the subtitle because I don't need a subtitle for this book. Some of the books do. Some of the books you'll want to put a subtitle in. In fact, this book is part of a series. So the series title is the Eternity series. And if I could type, it would be even better. The Eternity series, Volume 4. We don't need the edition number. The publisher is optional, but we'll put it in. It's my own. It's called Eternity for Popsicle. Subtitles are optional, but sometimes people recommend that you put subtitles in. So, historical fiction romance, or a historical romance fiction novel. Okay, Eternity for Popsicle, down 1 is the description. Hi, Angus was orphaned. Angus was orphaned early in his life. Watch as he grows into being a man. Book contributors. You must add at least one. Add contributors. Well, in contributors' case, the only contributor to my books is me. So I'm putting down my name, Mike Hartner, and I'm the author. And then I'll save it. You want to add more people? Add more people, by all means. I'm doing this in English. The ISBN is optional. We're going to leave that alone for a while. If we need to get to the ISBN, I do actually have one. So let's take a look at it just to make sure. Angus is here. The ISBN that we're going to be using is the one for the HTML or the internet, which is this one right here. So I'm going to copy and paste. There we go. See? Verify your publishing rights. This is not a public domain work. This is my own work. It's not a public domain work, and I don't want anybody to accept that it is. Target your book to customers. Customers, add categories. Under fiction, I'm going to put action adventure, and I'm going to put, I don't know, historical. There we go. Now you have 2 possibilities of categories, and as you can see, there are hundreds of categories just based on fiction alone. If you look up here, you can see a whole bunch of romance, including general or African American, historical. You can do historical, Scottish, Victorian, Viking. Okay, maybe Scottish historical would do better than fiction historical. So let's try this. Okay, look, I've selected more than 2 categories and I can't get to it. So let's have a look at the ones that I created. So let's back that one up. So we've got fiction, action, adventure. We've got historical Scottish, romance, historical Scottish. Well, that doesn't quite fit because we're not romance. Angus is a priest this time around. So let's just go with historical fiction. And here's the save. Age range we can set if we want. You can set a minimum age. I don't really need to set a minimum age, but I'll set a minimum age of 10. You don't need to set a maximum age, but you can, leave it alone if you want. Grade range is similar. Keyword search. Up to 7 keywords. Keywords do not include just one word. I mean, you can use historical or one word, but you can use up to 5 or 6 depending on how much you can get. I'm going to do action adventure. I'm going to do historical adventure. What else do what else can I use? I can use up to 7 titles. So we've got 5 keywords here. Action adventure. What else? Action adventure. Youth. What else? Religious. No, that's not really true. Let's leave that. We've got up to 7. Let's start with just 3. We've got 4 keywords left, as you can see. Make my book available for pre-order because I'm not going to release this until the 21st of June. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to put in June 21st. So you must submit the final version of your book by Saturday, June 11th. That's their message to me. Upload or create a book cover. Okay. I'm going to browse for the image because when I bring these things to, I have the book image. The browse to image I'm going to look for is Angus. And I'm going to choose that. And they're coming up on uploading. So these are the things that I'm going to do. Now you noticed when I brought this up in the first place that I had a book file on my desktop, just like I had the book cover on my desktop. Okay. First thing it asks is what are DRM? DRM is entitled to inhibit unauthorized distribution of the Kindle file of your book. Okay. That means that if a customer buys the book and uses it on Kindle, he cannot give it to somebody else to use on Kindle. Frankly, I don't think this is worth the effort. I mean, if somebody else sees your book or if they trade your book for somebody else's, it's almost like the electronic version of buying a book out of the store and then handing it to your parents or to your friends so that they can read it. What's the point? If you can't share books with people that you're close to, what is the point of even doing it? I don't bother. If you want to be sticky about security, then go ahead and do so, but I'm not going to do it. This is it. Okay. Please submit. Okay. Browse for content book file. So I'm going to the desktop because my browse is this final copy of Angus. So we're going to choose that and we're going to upload it. Timing. Converting book file to Kindle format. This may take a few minutes. If you have completed all the required fields above, click Save and Continue to move forward while conversation continues. Everything up here is finished. Cover is uploaded, so let's do Save and Continue on this. Some required missing information. Apparently I've missed something. Let's go back and find out what. This is a good chance for you to look at it. Correct items highlighted in red. Historical fiction. Everything here seems to be fine. Okay. If you fill in a minimum age, you'll also fill in the maximum age. Okay, fine. Over 18. Gee, that was easy. And save and continue. Okay, now we're at step 2. Step 2 is rights and pricing. Verify your publishing territories. Because I'm doing my own books and because you'd be doing your own books, you have worldwide rights. Okay? If you decide to publish a whole bunch of people's things and you ask for their territories in North America, then you can select your own select yours. But because I'm publishing my own stuff, I have worldwide rights. Leave it there. Setting the pricing and royalty. I want 70% royalty, and I'm going to be setting the price at $3.99. Yeah. Oh, okay. $2.99 then. $2.99 to $3.99 are both the sweet spots for Kindle books. And as this is book number 4 in my series, this is also the 5th book that I've published in the series. And I'm going to take advantage of the sweet spot by publishing it out at $2.99 US. I may change that later. I'll have to look at it because I believe my 3rd book is $3.99, but we'll see. We'll have a look at it afterwards. Okay, when you do this, all of the other prices on here have a set UK price or a set DE price based on US price. Unless you want to change this for a particular country, you know, for instance, I'm living in Canada right now. I might decide to do a .ca as a US price as well. But until you decide to do that, leave it alone. You will not have to do another thing on this. Okay? So, Kindle Matchbook. Enroll this book in the Kindle Matchbook program. The Matchbook program gives customers who purchase or have previously purchased your print book the option to purchase your Kindle. I can certainly do this because I intend the print version to be published as well, but it's not there yet. So we'll do this. And Kindle Book Lending is a part of the Kindle series, and it says this will allow users to lend your book after purchasing to their friends and family for a duration of 14 days. This is one of the advantages of the Kindle program. I'm going to be doing it. I would normally do it anyway. By submitting for pre-order below, I confirm that I have all the necessary rights to make the content I am uploading available. I understand that if I fail to upload the final version by Saturday, June 11th, I will lose access to pre-order for 1 year. Well, I only publish one major book a year, so I'm not really worried about that. If you have any concerns about being able to get the final version of your book by that point in time, make sure that you get a hold of the people in charge of Kindle beforehand. They will help you where they can, but you've got to let them know ahead of time. So I'm going to click this and say yes, and then I'm going to submit for pre-order. And apparently we've missed something else. Select a matchbook. Okay, the matchbook, Kindle Matchbook price is going to be free. Because if I already have the book, then the ebook doesn't matter to me. Okay, so that's done. And submit for pre-order. Now, you may not submit for pre-order, but in the event that you don't, you will be allowed to do the same thing, and it will publish 12 hours in advance, and it will be on the screen. And this is all there is to publishing through your bookshelf. Make sure that you spend some time thinking about what you want for your search engine, for your categories. Both of those can be changed on a regular basis, but both of those can also help your sales. So I'm going back to my bookshelf, and as you can see, Angus is now in pre-order, but there is no way. I mean, if I click on James, I can go into James's headings because James was book 2 and it's already been sitting for a while. But there is no way that I'm going to be able to click on Angus and go in because it's in pre-order and it's in review for right now. So that is how you do it. That is what makes everything happen and how you publish through Amazon Kindle.